Hey, what's up everybody? 8-Bit Flashback here. Today I'm going to show you how to customize the new Retroflag GPI case with custom logos and cartridge labels. And I'm also going to discuss where you can find these and show you step by step how to install these. Here's some of the custom logos I got from Adam Harry at D&A Dimension Designs. There's a couple different options for Game Boy logos, and I decided to go with the Game Boy Color logo because I really like how vivid the colors look. But he has much more than just logos at his store. He does a lot of custom work with various decals, signs, stands, and much more. And I will provide a link to his store down below. And here's some custom cartridge labels I got from John Dagnolo. And I'm a huge fan of the Mortal Kombat franchise and Tetris, so these are my favorite choices for labels. John also has a storefront on Etsy where you can find all kinds of cool stuff, including labels, 3D printed pie cards, and much more custom stuff. And I will leave a link to his store down below. I would also like to give a shout out to Matt Farmer for helping me find a Retroflag GPI case. He does a lot of custom mods for various different things, including the GPI case. And he might even be able to help you find a case for yourself if you don't already have one. And I'll make sure to leave a link to his store down below. Okay, it's time to get started now with installing the custom cartridge labels. And for me, this is not necessary, but this is what I like to do. I like to use a hairdryer to actually heat up the label before taking it off. And what this does is when you heat up that label, it makes all that adhesive stick to the label instead of the cartridge, so you don't have any leftover residue on the cartridge. And all I do is I heat this up for about 20 to 30 seconds with my hairdryer just to get a little bit warm, and then that sticker comes off a lot easier. Now this is not necessary. You do not have to use a hair dryer. If you want to, you can just peel that sticker off, but you might have some leftover residue on the cartridge when taking that sticker off. And to remove that, you can just use something like Goof Off, which is a residue or sticker adhesive remover. And as you can see here, when I peel off the sticker, there's no leftover residue. Everything's nice and clean and ready to go. But if there is some residue, like I just mentioned, you can use something like Goof Off with a rag. Just put a little bit of that Goof Off on the rag and take off that extra residue from the sticker. Then once you have that adhesive removed from your cartridge, you can go ahead and wipe it back off again with a little bit of soap and water. But make sure your rag is just damp and not dripping wet because you don't want to cause any damage to any of the components inside this cartridge case. So it was kind of a hard choice to decide which label to go with first, but I decided to go with Tetris. To remove the label from the backing, I use an X-Acto knife. You want to try to avoid using your fingers because your fingers are going to have oil on them, which is going to make that sticker not stick as good. So try to use a utensil like tweezers or an X-Acto knife, and that'll make things a little bit easier for applying the sticker. Now carefully line up the label with your cartridge and make sure you're applying it straight. And just apply one corner to start with to make sure everything's square before trying to apply the rest of the label. So make sure it's nice and square before you commit to putting the label all the way on. And here's a look at the finished product. And I've got a nice custom look to my cartridge now that really reminds me of the retro days back when I was playing Tetris on the original Game Boy. And I've played Tetris, I don't know, probably thousands of hours. I've played Tetris a lot. So this makes a great choice for my cartridge label because when I think of Game Boy, Tetris is definitely one of the first games that comes to mind. Now it's time to install my custom Game Boy Color logo on the front of my GPI case. And to start with, we're going to have to remove the existing logo, and to do that, we're going to use a magic eraser. So what I did is I dipped my magic eraser in water, then I wrung that out to where it's just damp. I don't want this dripping at all, I just want it damp. Then I just start scrubbing on the logo area, and this might take a little while. It took me about 5 to 8 minutes to remove the logo. And at first, when you start scrubbing, it might seem like nothing's happening, but after just a short while, you will start seeing results and see that logo disappear. Now there might be some other methods out there to make that logo disappear, but they might not be safe. If you try to use something like rubbing alcohol or nail polish remover or something with acetone in it, it might actually melt away the case as you remove the logo. So it might actually melt away the plastic, causing damage to your case. So for right now, the only thing I'd recommend using is the magic eraser. And here is a look at my custom Game Boy Color sticker. And the first thing I need to do is go ahead and cut this out because I do have a couple of these on the same sheet. And all I'm going to do is cut an outline around the Game Boy Color logo and get that cut as close as possible to the letters so my sticker has a nice clean look. And once again, I'm going to use my X-Acto knife to peel that sticker away from the backing. That way I don't get any oil on the sticker from my fingers. And then I'm going to line up one edge of the sticker to make sure it lines up square first before pressing down on the rest of the sticker. If you just line up that one edge first, it's really easy to go ahead and turn that sticker and line it up more square. If you try to just apply it all at once, you're going to have a hard time getting it to square back up, and you may have to pull that sticker back off. And now I do have proper placement with my sticker, so I'm going to go ahead and press that sticker all the way on. And now my Retroflag GPI case has a nice custom look, and I'm really digging the way this logo looks along with my cartridge label. My buddy Adam with D.I.Y Dimension Designs also sent me a bunch of other labels for my other Retroflag cases. Here's a look at my Super Pi case, and I applied the Super Nintendo logo to it, and it gives it a nice new look. And here is the Retroflag Super Famicom case, and I went ahead and erased that logo and added the Super Illegal logo. And here is the Retroflag Mega Pi case, and I erased the Mega Pi case logo and added the Sega Genesis logo. Okay, it is time for me to get out of here. And if you like this video, if you could hit the like button, and have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.